Hey Felix, aquí te va las notes. One of the notes that you have there is special right triangles. So what that means was, first of all, you're going to be working with right triangles, right? And like you have here, and we have two types of special right triangles. Let me see. The first one would be the 45, 45, 90, because we have 90 degrees here. And then we have this one right here would be 45, and then the other one right here would be 45 as well. So this is the 45, 45, 90. Now what's so special about this is that whenever we have the 45, 45, 90, the sides, which are these right here, right, they follow their not proportional, but it's something that always happens with the 45, 45, 90, right? So first of all, whatever the leg is, ¿verdad? This one right here, the one in front of the 45s, are called the legs, and then the one in front of the 90 degrees is the hypotenuse. So these two are always going to be the same. And to find the hypotenuse, all you have to do is you multiply, right? You multiply it times the square root of 2, right? And that's it. That was pretty easy. So whatever this side is, for example, let me go ahead and zoom in. Hold on, give me a second. So let's say they tell you that this one measures 10. Well, you know this one's going to measure 10 as well, ¿verdad? Porque both of them are x. To find this one, all you have to do is get this one, 10 times the square root of 2. Now in math, we would leave it like this, right? Unless you want to work it out, you can use a calculator, but you're going to get a decimal. So those are the sides, right? As long as they give you one of these sides, you're good to go. So the other special triangle, right, that comes out there is the 30, 60, 90. Right? And if you take a look at the 30, 60, 90, right, also you're working with 90 degrees, right? The smallest side would be 30, or the small angle, and then this one would be 60, right? 30, 60, 90. Now, the relationship here, every time you have a 30, 60, 90, the one in front of the 30 degrees, that's always going to be your x, right? So if they give you that number, to find the other two, like this one and this one, would be pretty easy, right? Because the only thing you have to do is to find the one in front of the 90 degrees, right? To find the hypotenuse, all you have to do is multiply this number times 2, and you get this one. If you want to get the other one, the one in front of the 60, all you have to get is this number, the x, and then multiply it times the square root of 3. So this is something that always happens with the 30, 60, 90. And the other relationship is the 45, 45, 90. So let me just, before I try these examples that I show, let's go to the easy ones. For example, this one. This one is a 45, 45, 90. Now, if you remember, the 45, 45, 90, the formula there, or the relationship, is that the two legs, right, are going to be x. And then over here, to find the hypotenuse, you have to multiply x times the square root of 2. Right? So if you want to find A and B, which is this one and this one, well, they already gave you this one, the one at the bottom. You already know that this one is 7, so this one is also going to be 7. And then to get this one, all you have to do is 7 times the square root of 2. So those are going to be your two answers, right? Just because they gave us this one, we were able to figure out the rest using this formula. Well, it's not a formula, ¿verdad? But it's a relationship that we use. Okay, for it's another one, ¿verdad? 45, 45, 90. Now for this one, they didn't give us any of the legs. So remember that what we use here is going to be this is x, and this is x times the square root of 2. So in this case, they gave us the hypotenuse, right? Now, if you want to go backwards, right, from here to here, you have to do the opposite. Instead of multiplying times the square root of 2, you have to divide. So to go backwards, you do the opposite. Instead of multiplying, we're going to have to divide to go backwards. Right, so this one, to get these two, it would have to be 16 divided by the square root of 2, because we're going backwards. Now in math, we don't leave the square root at the bottom, so what we would do here is you can multiply it times the square root of 2. Sorry, I have allergies, Gina. Square root of 2, square root of 2. this would be 16 times the square root of 2, right? When you multiply these two. When you multiply these two, the square roots cancel. So you get that, right, divided by 2, and we can simplify the 16 and the 2. So that would be 8 square root of 2, right? So that would be your answer for these two. 8 square root of 2, and then this would be 8 square root of 2. Okay, so that's for the 45, 45. Now, if you want to work with the 30, 60, 90, right, let's go ahead and go to this one. For example, this one says find the altitude, right, of the following equilateral. And equilateral means that this is 60, this is 60, and this is 60. So if they want to find this one right here, the altitude, that means that this one gets broken up into 30 and 30. So let me go ahead and separate, right? I'm going to go ahead and take this triangle out. And we have a 30, 60, 30, 60, 90, right? So if they want to find out this one, right? If they want to find out, this is the one that they're trying to find out, the altitude, right? They gave us the hypotenuse, which is 8. Now, if we remember, right, at the very beginning when I talked about the 30, 60, 90, the 30, 60, 90 says that the one in front of the 30 degrees, right? The one in front of the 30 is going to be your x. The one in front of the 60, to get that one, you need to do x square root of 3. And then the one in front of the 90 degrees, to get that one would be x times 2, or 2x, right? Let me put the 2 in the front. So what side did they give us? They gave us this, the one in front of, no, sorry. They gave us the one in front of the 90, right? Which is this one, the hypotenuse. So they gave us a hypotenuse, and they want us to find. First of all, ¿verdad? What I would do here is I would need to find the x, ¿verdad? And if you want to find the x, you have to go backwards. From here to here, you're going backwards. We have to divide by 2. So we would divide this one by 2 to find the one in front of the 30. Right? So divide the hypotenuse by 2 to go backwards, and 8 divided by 2 would be 4. Right? And then to find this one, remember, to find the one in front of the 60, you have to multiply the x, which is this one, times the square root of 3. So this one would be 4 square root of 3. Now, if you want, I can do some of the examples. If you can get like a better picture of the one that you have, and I can convert it to a PDF, and I can go ahead and work some examples out, so this could be a little bit more clear. But let me try this one. Right, find the altitude. So again, they want us to find the altitude, right, which is this one right here. So let me go ahead and separate it. And since I cut this one in half, this is going to be 5. Okay, this is going to be, that's the one that they want us to find out. Yeah, so we won't get confused. Let me just put a question mark. This one, since it's an equilateral, it's 60, 60, 60, but this part gets broken up into half, so my 30 would be here. So remember, whenever they give you the 30, right, the 30, I like when they give me the 30 because the 30 is just x. So to find the one in front of the 60, right, to find the one in front of the 60, you have to multiply that one times the square root of 3. And to find the hypotenuse, you have to multiply this one times 2. So they want this one, right, which is this one. So all I have to do is take x, right, which is the one that we have here, and we have to multiply it times the square root of 3, and we get our answer. So this one would be 5 times the square root of 3. That would be that little piece right there. So that's how you do that one. The other one is the SOHCAHTOA. I'll make another video for that one.